Culling the population through eugenics is their answer to freeing up planet Earth's resources that are being consumed by what they consider racially inferior commoners and useless eaters.
The Queen, the royal family. These are the most disgusting people on the face of this earth. They are in control of the new one world government, the new world order. These vile and disgusting people only marry inside the family. Prince Philip and the Queen are cousins. Kate Middleton and Prince William are cousins. That's how they keep the royal bloodline, the satanic, demonic bloodline throughout the years. This woman is the richest person on this earth, and she can end all poverty if she wanted to. Actually, our country could end poverty. To feed the children of the world would cost pennies compared to the trillions we spend on warfare. The Queen, along with our country's leaders, are responsible for just about every evil thing we ever heard of on the news. Everything. They're responsible for all lies been told to us from birth, our history, everything. The reasons why we went to war, the reasons why we had to drop the first nuclear bomb, which we didn't have to because we already destroyed their army, and we used the bomb to see how it would kill innocent women and children inside their houses. These are the people that are running our world. She's so disgustingly rich, her carriage is worth an insane amount of money. Take a guess. It's made of solid gold, her carriage that her horses pull her around on. Take a wild guess. 100 million? Maybe 200 million? How about $1 billion? No? She wouldn't step foot in that, right? That's for poor people. How about $100 billion? Not even close. $100 billion for a carriage, but it's not even close. Not even 200 billion gets near there. You want to find out how much this carriage is worth? Well, watch the rest of this film.
The best things in life are free, but you can give them to the birds and bees. I want money. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want.
The Queen is the wealthiest person on Earth. Her gold carriage alone is made of 4 tons of solid gold, worth over $370 billion at today's gold prices. Until 1992, the Queen's income was all tax-free. In 1977, the Bank of England Nominees Limited was established to hide the Queen's investments. Secrecy about her wealth protects her from a public lynching. Government and banking officials inform the Queen about where to invest her wealth. That's called insider trading, and it's illegal. But the Queen gets away with it scot-free. Why? Because she's the Queen, and she's immune to prosecution. The Queen owns more than 300 residences, including castles and palaces, crown jewels, over 27,000 masterpieces, prize racehorses, and a fleet of Bentleys and Rolls-Royces. Her colossal wealth also includes crown land and investments that she inherited from her black nobility ancestors. The Queen's Crown estate includes over 50% of the UK's coastline, as well as Regent Street and Windsor Great Park. Her trillions in wealth are passed down to her descendants, untaxed. Would British tourism collapse if the monarchy was abolished? No, statistically, Buckingham Palace doesn't even make the top 20 list of tourist attractions. When the Queen's parasitical income from British taxpayers was reduced, she pretended to share the suffering of commoners from austerity programs. That drop in taxpayer income was a teeny-tiny drop in the royal bucket.
Those of you who've heard of the Bilderbergers might have heard the fact when Prince Philip actually said that he wants to get rid of 85% of the population. He said that if it doesn't happen in his lifetime, he wants to come back as a virus and do the job himself. Nice. He wants to get rid of these he called useless food eaters. Well, I'm telling you firsthand, they're the bloody useless food eaters. They couldn't put a nail in a piece of wood or fry an egg to save their life. Yeah! Do you know how much the Queen is worth? 17 trillion pounds. That's $30 trillion. She could end world hunger and poverty tomorrow. Instead, she just sits in her ivory tower and laughs at us. This is coming to an end.
$30 trillion? Of the billions of families on planet Earth, how did this one family manage to collect and hoard most of the world's wealth over the centuries? Besides insider trading and tax-free income, the answer is the slave trade and drug trade. Author Nick Hazelwood traces the slave trade to Queen Elizabeth I, who sent Captain John Hawkins to collect human slaves using any means necessary.
Do you remember the story of a girl who lived a life of cinders, and how she found true love because she kept a beautiful dream in her heart? Of course, it helped that she had mouse friends who could sew and a fairy godmother who could do wonders with pumpkins. Well, that girl is me. What a perfectly perfect life. It's a fairy tale come true. I'm a princess and a wife, all because I fit a shoe when I dreamed of love. Oh, what a wonderfully perfectly perfect year.
Before their fairy tale wedding, not everything was perfectly perfect for Kate and William. The couple split up at least half a dozen times over 8 years. Kate was even dubbed Waity Katie by the British tabloids as she waited patiently for her prince to pop the question. When William publicly dumped her in 2007, his aristocratic fraternity pals called her the practice chick. After years of splits, reconciliations, and will they won't they speculation, William finally slid a ring onto Kate's finger. It was the used ring that belonged to his deceased mother, the same ring she wore during her doomed and loveless marriage to William's two-timing father, Prince Charles. William, on the other hand, refused to wear a wedding band and stayed as ringless as a bachelor. A husband's refusal to wear a wedding band is a big no-no for most women. How committed and in love can he be, they ask, if he won't even show off the fact that he's married? Even if their 8-year on-again, off-again relationship wasn't perfectly perfect, at least their fairy tale wedding would be perfectly perfect. The couple set their wedding date for April 29, 2011. Coincidentally, it was the exact same day as Hitler's wedding day, and it marked the 66th anniversary of Hitler's marriage to Eva Braun. Yes, everything was perfectly perfect until the balcony kiss that royal wedding watchers waited for breathlessly. That magical moment was stolen by a 3-year-old flower girl, whose sour expression cast a giant shadow over the royal kiss. The flower girl is the daughter of Lady Rose Astor, and she is also Prince William's goddaughter. Kate finally bent down and whispered something like, "Put on a happy face and get used to it. You're ruining everything." Why is the pouting flower girl important enough to be named Prince William's goddaughter? Because she's an Astor. Fritz Springmeier identifies the Astors as one of the 13 satanic bloodlines who made billions from opium, slave trading, and loan sharking. His book gives reference documentation of their criminal history. Many within these unsavory power circles were on the wedding guest list, like James Rothschild of the Rothschild-Bankster dynasty. James Rothschild brought along his passed-around girlfriend, Astrid Harbord, who, according to the tabloids, had previously shagged Prince Harry. Also on the guest list was Gary Goldsmith, Kate's uncle. The tabloids report that Uncle Gary is a filthy rich, cocaine-snorting, pill-popping, porn-peddling, foul-mouthed, randy, hedonistic playboy. Here's Kate's uncle at the wedding, popping pills with his female escort. Uncle Gary Goldsmith is the younger brother of Kate's mother, Carol Goldsmith. Kate's Uncle Gary was filmed covertly by undercover reporters for the UK's News of the World at his sprawling $10 million villa on the Spanish party island of Ibiza. He named his villa Maison de Bang Bang, which is French slang for House of Sex. Guarded by MI6 agents, Prince William and his bride-to-be holidayed, partied, and yachted at Uncle Gary Goldsmith's House of Bang Bang in 2006. The undercover reporters reported that Kate's Uncle Gary entertains his guests with hardcore porn on a massive 52-inch screen. He supplies pot, cocaine, ecstasy, hookers, and door-to-door delivery. Does anyone really believe that William and Kate just held hands and sipped tea on their Bang Bang holiday? And speaking of uncles, which uncle is slimier, Kate's Uncle Gary or William's Uncle Andrew? Prince Andrew is the brother of William's father, Charles, and the son of Queen Elizabeth. He is the fourth in line to the British throne. Andrew, who was also a featured guest at William's wedding, has been exposed in the news as a client of Jeffrey Epstein. Epstein is a convicted pedophile who served up underage girls to Prince Andrew like lollipops. Epstein also gave Andrew $30,000 to help pay for his ex-wife Fergie's massive debts that she was blackmailing him for. Andrew was finally forced to step down as Britain's trade ambassador because of number 1, his criminal behavior with underage girls, 2, a $6 million tax evasion charge, and 3, conflicts of interest from friendships with a convicted pedophile and with Libyan leader Gaddafi's son, whose country was being bombed by the British military.
Mr. Chris Bryant.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Given the circumstances that the Prime Minister describes, isn't it increasingly difficult to explain the behaviour of the UKTI Special Ambassador for Trade, who is not only a very close friend of Saif Gaddafi, but is also a close friend of the convicted Libyan gun smuggler Tariq Kaitouri? Isn't it time we dispensed with the services of the Duke of York?
References to members of the royal family should be very rare, very sparing, and very respectful. Order!